I don't need to talk about it anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Victor Allen's New Sports, brought to you by the bald-headed black man. Victor Allen, the one that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Here he is. Vic. Yeah, black man.
And you know what? I don't see any. I've been around here for a lot. And I've been around some women being on the show. I have yet to hear them ever say that. So you're going to have to change.
Well, that was the rumor, man.
Well, no, I think you should clarify that statement. You have yet to hear them say that here.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, that's a good rescue.
Yeah, they called you. They said it was Sexual Chocolate.
That's a good rescue. That's a good rescue.
I'm trying to pump you up.
It ain't helping, man. I have some suggestions, but let me go on to it because I don't want to get off the track here.
Okay,
look, I know today, if women don't know about sports today, they will at the NBA Finals because there's going to be a lot going down. And when we say that, we know we don't have to talk about which cities are involved unless you're not following it. But we know the big dogs are in the house when we talk about Miami and Indiana. I believe this is a game akin to the NBA Finals to me. It reminds me of that. And to me, I don't know if you're going to get a better matchup. But we know the players in the game. And there's the old school. And I have to call LeBron the old school because he's been in the league 10 years. And then there's the up and coming. There's George of the Jungle. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Right.
He's cutting wood.
Yes, he is.
And he's laying waste with Indiana. He's doing it all day. Here's my question, because there is some injuries afoot with D-Wade.
Right.
Game 7 tonight, y'all.
Right.
So a lot of people are going to be,
I'm gonna be watching it.
Socially engaged. We don't know who they're going to choose, but we're going to find out where your money should be spent at, right?
Right.
Okay. If you ever want to see a team get manhandled by some big dogs, call out the Indiana Pacers.
Right.
But dogs sometimes don't travel. So my question to you, Phil, let me lay it into you. Will the dogs travel tonight? Because even Bosch and even Wade have been told they're not playing up to their game.
Well,
do they rescue it tonight?
I don't know if the two of them individually or collectively can rescue the effort. But I can tell you that if I was a man that liked to place wagers on the game, I'd have to look at the significance of having been there and done that. And based on that and that alone, I couldn't go against Miami.
Right.
Nina, I got you with the Indiana. You know what? And I'm gonna do something for you in a minute. I'm gonna get to you too, Mario, when I'm saying this. Isn't it something for a team that just knows how to wreak havoc? They're big, they're strong.
Yes.
And here's my thing.
And they're young.
And I'm about to do this. I'm gonna ask Kimberly, and she don't have to know any names. What really impresses you when you see the game afoot? Guys who are swift, fast, sleek, or just rampaging, strong, busting, knocking you out the way, dropping the pill in the basket. Which one do you are impressed?
Well, that's tough.
No, that's what I'm saying. Think about it now.
I was going to say swift, but when you put the last part of that like that.
You like it strong,
Yeah.
big. Mario.
Grr.
Wait, Mario. I know you're going to give me an analogy, but you don't have to. You just can sit back and say it. So women listening to you, they want the big, the strong, not the sleek, and the foot, and fast. Who's going to win this tonight, man?
It's hard to root against Miami. Vote against Miami because, like Phil said, because the experience factor, and also it's not. And there's one other factor. There's the factor that LeBron James at any given moment can go to a level at which it's essentially almost becomes unstoppable.
Yeah, because when he goes to that level, he's the only one on the floor that's there.
It's incredible, and we've seen it happen where it didn't make any difference, damn near.
Right.
It's like what Larry Bird used to do in the last seconds of games where he shot 100%. Okay, so that's what you're now. And I'm a Miami fan. What's interesting, but I'm also a fan of underdogs. So because I'm a fan of underdogs, I love Indiana. I also love Hibbert, who's everything that we wished Andrew Bynum
would have been.
Hallelujah. He reminds me of every time I see him, I said, damn, that's what we want. That's what we wanted from Bynum. So I like and it shows, because Vic and I talk about fads of coaching. But it shows you how the throwback style can work. I'm not used to having a team unveil Miami's weaknesses. And Indiana actually showcases Miami. I didn't really see it. I said, no, even though they did, everybody would talk about the lack of the real big bag. But no one else demonstrated it. Even against Chicago, it wasn't the same like this
did.
now.
But you know,
now this is different.
Now, Vic, the question that I have is, how can you, in a one-game situation, okay, how can you suggest that the outside shooting won't become the difference in the game?
I believe it will. I believe the difference in Miami winning is familiarity with the baskets and the home court. But here's the other part. They say you win by the outside and you die by it. You don't have too many alternatives.
Long shots, long rebounds, fast break opportunities.
All the day. Now, I here's the part I
You
like.
got that on Miami from the bench, though. It's kind of interesting. You got a couple of the cats, the young new cats, stepping up like Coles, right? Coles,
Coles. He's
they're
cool,
stepping up and they're really putting in something.
But here's the problem: everybody's underperforming, even in the starters, as it relates with the exception of Coles and LeBron.
Right.
Here's the other thing: you're looking at your role players who are probably got fixed in their head that they haven't been shooting the last couple of games.
Right.
And I like what Nina. I like what you said. Really, what you're saying is, Indiana's had the lead a couple of games. If it wasn't for that, I hate to say, the coach doing that move where he pulled out Hibbert, where LeBron went clear to the basket, this series is over. Indiana wins it.
That's exactly right.
So my point is this. For all the things to come together, Wade's injury, the outside shooting, and then not to be dominated inside, all those things have to come together today, Miami. I say this is a time where I actually see a little bit of fear. A little bit. More so.
Look, it could go either way. I just believe that whoever makes the outside shot and whoever isn't afraid to drive the lane in the complete fourth quarter will end up victorious.
LeBron is going to come and deliver his man.
But
that's
true.
given.
But the one thing that is a constant, because they don't have an answer for Hibbert, though. They really don't.
No,
so when you keep
but they don't
going
have personnel. But
right.
they don't have any personnel that deals with him one-on-one without help.
Yeah, nobody. It's going to be hard. If Hibbert has a strong game, to me that's the key. Because Hibbert inside, and especially when it comes to the defense. When it comes to the defense, he is striking fear.
Right.
Inside. So
okay.
Yeah, but when I was coming up there, you had a saying: you got to bring some to get some. Okay. So just because he's in the lane doesn't mean that you should forsake the opportunity to make him make fouls, or just give him a good thundering.
Well, LeBron is not going to back off. That was the one they talked about, right?
Right, yeah.
The block shot of Hibbert on LeBron. But that's just the beginning of that coming back and forth.
Right. And then look,
there's going to be a bunch of that.
I don't care what anybody says. When muscle and mass keeps wearing down on you, you start to give in and break down.
And the only thing that changes that is speed.
Right. And their speed works when the outside shots are hitting and they're running.
There you go.
This team has learned how to slow you down. So what I'm going to do is to exit it.
Oh, one last thing, Vic. Didn't they miss Chris Anderson?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
that ended up being a bigger factor than anybody could have ever mentioned because he brings that.
Let me tell you what has happened in short, and I'm going to exit this one with the lady making the choice between Big Three versus Big Three, just on appearance. Chris Bosh has played less and less as a center.
Right.
So the problem you got, even when Anderson comes in, he's been lucky enough to be in the right places, but they've learned how to defend him now.
That's right.
They've figured that out. So Chris Bosh has to step up even more than Wade, because Wade, everybody knows, playing at 50-60% because he's injured. So to me, what's happening...
but Chris Bosh can't step up really on Hibbert.
No, I know that.
But here's the issue, and I'm glad you brought it up. If Anderson's in the game, and he can take Hibbert out of the lane, not only does that create more offensive rebound opportunities for Miami, it also creates an opening for the lane to be driven in.
And I think he's going to do
Better
that.
matchup.
And let me say he'll pull him out so much, But they're going to say if Chris Anderson hits those outside shots, let him do it. But don't let him come in the way he's been coming
Well,
in.
even
He
with
ended up
offense,
taking
we're
that
talking about
far,
the
though.
offense, but even the defense factor is a big
Yes,
deal
it
because
is.
that's at least the matchup that makes Hibbert work.
That's right.
If he just if Anderson can park himself
Yeah.
3 feet from the free throw line
Without getting 3 seconds.
without getting 3 seconds called on him,
Then he's a
then
man.
Hibbert has to respect that because he is a decent percentage free throw shooter.
And what I like about this team, and about Mario going to roll up to the next picture. Oh, you already got it there. Our next picture is going to come up where I'm going to use, I can't help it, I got to use Kimberly here as a vote on this. My thing I want to give props to for Indiana is knowing how to play man-to-man defense.
Yeah, they play good defense, period.
Man to man all the way through. So
Yeah.
when you man up,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with Kimberly. She says, I got to go with the big dog. So here's my question for you. We're going to float through 2 pictures. The big 3 of Indiana, the way they look on this picture, and the big 3 of Miami. And who seems imposing? Who do you still want to stay with your first choice, and which was Indiana when you said the big dog? So let's look at that first picture. Now, that's Miami Heat, right?
Right?
That's the big 3 of Indiana.
Right.
Now, hold on right there. Now, Kimberly. Big West is in the middle there. There's Roy Hibbert. He's 7'2". That's the young gangster, Paul George. Now, they're not as famous because they're in Indiana. But here's a caveat to what you're doing. Mario, go to the next picture, and I'll tell you why. You know LeBron, you know D-Wade, you know Chris Bosh. If you wanted a city to party in, and you said, look, I want this team because I think this city has the best parties, is it Indiana or Miami?
Man, that's okay. Indiana rocks, dude.
Wait a minute, leave her alone. Wait a minute. Miami?
Indianapolis.
Based on his question, Miami, I don't know what you guys are even talking about with all this other stuff. I don't watch sports.
Where in
I
Indiana?
don't watch sports, but let me party in Miami.
But there you go. That's all that matters.
Where in Indiana? You got naming the Indiana hot spots.
I just said Indiana, man. That's all I
You're
got.
saying the whole
Anyone
state,
talk
right?
about
Don't even
Indiana.
get to name the
I
city.
Oh, you mean that thriving metropolis Terre Haute? Yeah,
guys are
I know what you're talking
These guys
about.
are
It's
wrong.
bad when no one can even name a city
It's
in your
Indianapolis.
state.
It's
Now
Indianapolis.
I have to qualify the statements that I've made because I have traveled extensively
Right.
through the state of Indiana.
Right.
And ain't nothing wrong with Indiana.
No.
You can have as much fun in Indiana as you can in Miami. You just can't do it on the ocean.
Right.
Right.
All right.
Well, Miami, to me, I don't know. Because I'm not a big Miami fan, no offense.
Okay, Mario. Don't,
Okay,
I
don't get
love
me
me some
started
Miami.
on
Don't get
Miami.
me started.
Don't get me
Don't
started
get
on
us started.
Miami. They still got gold teeth down there.
Oh, here we go.
That's the women.
Here we go.
Where? Miami?
Miami.
You know what I love the most about Miami? Little Havana.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can go and have a Cuban breakfast and Cuban coffee
Yeah.
and sit outside
Mojito.
and remember.
Right. There you go. You know what? We're about to sit back and have to say farewell to a wonderful player who's been in the game and happens to have a relationship with a somewhat famous singer.
Yes.
If you don't know, this man retired from, of course, the Los Angeles
Yeah.
Clippers. Grant Hill. Right. The man's, that's 6'8".
He's a class act.
20 years.
His daddy was a class act.
We're talking about 40 years.
Right.
40 years of age young. 20 years invested in pro basketball, but
Right.
the most biggest investment has to be the next picture, Mar. I just want to go and give props to Mia, right?
Right.
Yes.
That's the investment.
Yes.
So it's a bit
can
nice. See, I got
She
you
can
there.
blow. Give him big props to that one.
Yeah, she can blow.
Strong work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all good for
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Now, I know I would love to do this, and I'm a promise you. We can't talk about the Lakers because we don't have any inside.
I remember my prediction.
We can't talk about
I said,
it.
don't be surprised
Yeah, no.
if you lose Kobe and Dwight Howard.
Wait a minute.
I said that at the end of the season.
No,
Don't be
wait.
surprised you lose both.
We know.
And Jim Buss.
We know when we get some inside information, we can rack on this dog, but it's been racked on a long time, and it's
Yeah.
the same results right now. They're not letting anybody out
Right.
with information, so we're spinning right now. And the key to this is Dwight. Let's just leave it like
I already
that.
told you. He don't want to be in L.A. He don't fit his vibe.
But now, in regard to Grant Hill,
Mm-hmm.
he is a consummate professional.
Yes, sir.
I don't know of maybe 3 to 4 other players that have had to come back from the injuries that he's had to come back from. And he's always come back with a great attitude. He's always come back with as staunch a work ethic as he had prior to the injury.
Right.
I think he's a wonderful role model for what
An
a
example.
professional athlete is supposed to be. And I commend him. I hope he enjoys his
Very
retirement.
good. Same here, you guys.
Here.
I love it. Nina, I got you. You're New York Knicks fans. Much love. My sports segment is over. Marlon, take us out of here, man.
That's right, Victor Allen's New Sports. Written, directed, and produced by Victor Allen, bald-headed black man. That's why they do call him sexual chocolate. Tune in. Yeah. Sports.
Now that's